I see her rolling up, Uber black Cadillac, high heel boots and a sex.
TOPRAK Razgatlioglu resumed testing the Yamaha 850 cubic centimeters V4 prototype at the Ricardo Tormo circuit in Valencia, entering the second day of private testing, a crucial stage in the development of the new generation of MotoGP bikes. After a first day devoted primarily to understanding the bike's basic characteristics, the second day saw the Turkish rider begin to show significant improvements in adapting to Yamaha's latest package. From the start of the morning session, TOPRAK immediately displayed a more confident performance. With each lap, his signature riding style began to blend with the characteristics of the 850 cubic centimeters engine developed by Yamaha. The technical team was seen making several improvements to the electronics, weight distribution, and suspension settings to provide greater confidence when cornering and accelerating out of corners. The main focus of this test was not only on the 850 cubic centimeters V4 engine, but also on the use of Pirelli tires, which are projected to become the official MotoGP tire supplier starting with the new regulations. For TOPRAK, this was nothing new. During his years competing in World SBK, he was known as one of the riders capable of maximizing Pirelli tire performance to its maximum limits. Yamaha engineers reportedly focused on gathering data on the characteristics of Pirelli tires on 850 cubic centimeters motorcycles. They wanted to understand how tire temperature changes over the long term, how wear rates affect performance, and how the bike reacts to various electronic settings changes. All of this data was crucial before the project entered the next development phase. Entering the afternoon session, TOPRAK's performance improvements became increasingly apparent. His lap-to-lap rhythm became more stable. The small errors that had appeared on the first day were almost invisible. He began exploring various racing lines to find the best combination of speed and tire efficiency. The new engine also showed positive developments. Throttle response felt smoother than in the initial test, while power delivery in the mid-range revs was deemed easier to control. These small changes gave TOPRAK greater confidence to continue pushing the bike's limits. TOPRAK himself was seen returning to the garage several times to discuss directly with the engineers. He is known for his detailed feedback on motorcycle behavior, from braking characteristics, front wheel feel, chassis balance, and throttle response. This input has been crucial in Yamaha's development process for the 850 cubic centimeters MotoGP era. Here's the full story. The second day of Yamaha's private testing at the Ricardo Tormo circuit in Valencia once again captured the spotlight of the motorcycle racing world. After completing the initial program on the first day, TOPRAK Razgatlioglu returned to the track to continue developing the Yamaha V4 850 cubic centimeters prototype motorcycle, which is being prepared for the new MotoGP regulations. While the first day focused more on adaptation and gathering baseline data, the second day demonstrated that the hard work was beginning to pay off. From early morning, the atmosphere in the Yamaha paddock was different. The mechanics had been busy preparing the motorcycles even before the sun had fully illuminated the Valencia track. The technicians' laptops continuously displayed telemetry graphs from previous testing results. Every number was analyzed in detail. No piece of information was taken for granted. All data was used as evaluation material to refine the motorcycle, which would hopefully lead Yamaha back to challenging for the World Championship. TOPRAK arrived in the garage with a much more relaxed expression than on the first day. He already had a good understanding of the motorcycle's basic characteristics. His focus had now shifted from simply getting to know the motorcycle to exploring the limits of the Yamaha V4 850 cubic centimeters package. As soon as the pit lane light turned green, TOPRAK immediately stepped out onto the track. For the first few laps, he was still warming up his tires while ensuring all systems were working properly. However, after just a few laps, his rhythm began to improve. The bike looked much more stable entering Valencia's fast corners. His confidence was further evident in the way he opened the throttle earlier than in the previous session. The Yamaha team appeared to have made several significant changes to the bike's setup. While not immediately obvious, data shows improvements to engine braking, power distribution, electronic characteristics, and chassis balance. These small changes had a significant impact on TOPRAK's comfort. One of the most striking aspects was the use of Pirelli tires. For most MotoGP riders, the transition to Pirelli tires in the new era would be a significant challenge, as they had been accustomed to Michelin tires for years. However, TOPRAK's situation was different. Over the years of dominating World SBK, he had developed his riding style around the characteristics of Pirelli tires. This experience proved invaluable. On the second day, it was clear that TOPRAK understood how to warm up tires quickly, maintain a stable operating temperature, and maximize grip when entering braking areas. This superiority began to make Yamaha engineers increasingly optimistic about the direction of their development. In the braking department, TOPRAK again demonstrated his trademark ability. He was able to brake deeply without losing stability. He even appeared to lift the rear wheels slightly when entering corners several times, yet the bike remained in full control. This riding style is difficult for other riders to imitate, and is one of the reasons Yamaha wanted to understand how to optimize the bike's characteristics to suit TOPRAK's needs. The more laps he completed, the more quickly TOPRAK's rhythm improved. His timing consistency began to emerge. While on the first day there were still significant time differences between laps, now almost every lap was within a very stable range. This was an important indicator that the adaptation between rider, bike, and tires was beginning to take shape. Yamaha engineers were seen calling TOPRAK back to the garage several times. After each lap, he immediately engaged in a lengthy discussion with the chief engineer. They discussed almost every aspect of the bike, from throttle response exiting slow corners, front wheel behavior entering fast corners, engine character at mid-range, and even power distribution when the tires start to lose grip. TOPRAK's input is known for being very detailed. He can explain changes in the bike's behavior due to even small adjustments to the electronics or suspension. This ability to provide feedback is what makes many engineers highly value his contributions. They not only receive data from the computer, but also direct explanations from the riders who experience the bike's behavior on the track. The second day of testing didn't just consist of fast lap simulations. Yamaha also ran a race simulation with full fuel. In this session, the main objective was to determine how the bike performs after the tires lose grip. Initial results showed the bike's character remained stable until the end of the simulation. Despite a slight decrease in tire performance, TOPRAK was still able to maintain a competitive pace. This is good news because one of the biggest challenges in developing a motorcycle is the lack of a fast lap. The development of the new motorcycle is about maintaining consistency throughout a full race. Single lap speed is important, but the ability to maintain performance over 20 laps is far more crucial to the final result. In addition, Yamaha is also testing several new aerodynamic components. These changes aim to improve stability at high speeds and assist riders during hard braking. While the changes are not particularly noticeable, the engineers hope these developments will yield small gains that will ultimately be significant on the track. The 850 cubic centimeters V4 engine is also beginning to show promising developments. Power response feels more linear than in previous sessions. TOPRAK can open the throttle earlier, without excessively losing rear traction. This has been one of Yamaha's primary goals since the beginning of the project, to create an engine character that remains powerful yet easy to control. Many observers believe that the combination of the V4 engine and TOPRAK's experience with Pirelli tires can provide a very strong foundation. For years, TOPRAK has been known as a rider who maximizes mechanical grip rather than relying solely on aerodynamics. This philosophy fits perfectly with the direction of the new MotoGP regulation development. As the afternoon progressed, the intensity of testing increased. Yamaha began testing several different